Hi guys, in today's video we're going to be looking at something called contractions. Now contractions sounds, again, I always say this, like a really difficult, hard thing to sort of work out in English, but it's actually quite an easy thing, okay? Contractions, the word contract means to make smaller, okay? And when we contract words, when we make contractions, we are joining two words together to make one. And we're going to see how we do that in a little bit, because before we do that, there's one little thing that we need to look at. We need to look at something called an apostrophe, okay? We need to use an apostrophe so we can use contractions. Now an apostrophe looks like this. You might recognise it because it looks exactly the same as a comma. It's the same as a comma, but the only difference is whereabouts we put it on our line. A comma lives down on the line, so that is not an apostrophe, okay? This here is an apostrophe because it's up high, so that's why it's important that firstly our commas are on the line, secondly our apostrophes are higher, because if they're not, they get mixed up and people think commas are apostrophes and people think apostrophes are commas. So make sure our apostrophes, like a little full stop with a little tail on there, make sure they are up high. So the reason we use them, you're going to see. Now what I said is contraction joins two words. We've got a few examples here to have a look at. We have got do not. Now a lot of time when people are speaking, they don't say do not, they say don't. They put the two words together, okay? And when we write don't, we squash the two words together to make one word, and we can see we've got the do, okay? But on the last word here, the not, we are missing the o because we don't say it. We don't say do not, okay? We say do not, or we say don't. So our apostrophe here goes in between where the letters are missing. We can see we don't have the letter O, so that's where our apostrophe goes. It doesn't go where the two words would join, so it doesn't go between the O and the N. It goes where the letters are missing. So you can have a look and see I've got D-O-N-T, D-O-N-T. I've got D-O-N-T, D-O-N-T. It's the O that is missing. Let's have a look at another example. We've got could and have. Sometimes people contract those two words together, they shorten them, and they say could have instead of could have. Now again, let's look. K-O-U-L-D, okay, or C-O-U-L-D, we have there. And then at the end we have V-E, could have. Okay, we can see we only have the V here, so we've got rid of two letters this time. Okay, and our apostrophe lives in between the D and the VE because that's where that's where the letters are missing from. Okay, so here we're only missing one letter, but sometimes it is more than one letter they're missing. And here we've got another one that has more than one letter missing. We've got he had. Sometimes people contract those instead of he had. They say he'd. We can see we've got the H-E and then we've got the D from had. So we haven't got the H and the A. So that is why our apostrophe goes between the E and the D, because that's where the letters are missing. Okay, so that's how we use them. And a lot of times in your writing, you might write and you will see where you can do a contraction. So here we have a sentence. They said she will win. Nice simple sentence, got my capital letter, got my full stop, but she and will, we can shorten contract, we can change that to she'll. They said she'll win. Okay, so you can see in our sentence there, we join those two words, and you can see to make the sentence a bit shorter. That's why it's called a contraction, making it shorter. Let's have a look at this one then. We've got she, and then we've got the two L's from will, so it's just the W and the I, the W and the A that are missing, so that's why our apostrophe goes there. Now there are two words that I want to tell you about. One I think is a little bit more important than the other one, so I'll show you this one first. We have shall and not. When you join shall not together, they don't become shalln't, that isn't a word, okay? They become the word shan't, but that shan't still has that apostrophe because we're missing the O from the not, okay? I shan't go to the ball. Now that one's, I think, not as important because we don't use the word shan't as much in English anymore than we used to, but we do use this one a lot, okay? Will not, okay? Willn't, can't shorten them down. We don't say the word willn't, we actually say the word won't, Alright, so this one's a bit hard to see where the apostrophe goes because our I and our L, let me get my blue pen, our I and our double L has changed to O. Okay, but the apostrophe still goes. Now, not is a word that we join onto a lot of them, okay? And the apostrophe always goes between the N and the T because you've lost that O. So will not becomes won't. So that's one really to remember, but the rest we've joined in. When you're reading your books, have a look. When you see this apostrophe, okay, it's not always for contractions, but see if it's joined two words together. And if it has joined two words together, can you work out what those two words are? Hope that's helped you out there. Until the next video, see you later.